phone, Philip. I gotta get something.
2 minutes.
You've been in there 20 minutes already. What are you reading?
Edna, the more you talk, the longer it's gonna take.
What's that supposed to be, a threat? Will you stop that, please?
Stop what?
That thing you do with your nose. It's disgusting.
It bothers you, don't listen.
Richard, please. My hair isn't done. I'll have to put my face on.
Oh, come on.
There isn't time.
We have 30 minutes.
Richard, stop. I was in bed by 10 every night this week. You never came to bed till 1. Now, with company coming in less than an hour while I'm rushing to get ready, now you want to.
The problem isn't me, Mildred. It's you. You're split up the middle by your own inner conflicts, so you take your frustrations out on me. You make me your whipping boy, psychologically speaking.
Why isn't my pot roast brown enough? Why don't I ever buy kosher pickles? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I'm not perfect. You should have married your mother, the saint. Philip!
2 minutes.
You said that 10 minutes ago. What are you doing?
I'm hugging a rug.
Philip! It's no use, Harold. I can't get into this dress. I've gotten too fat.
You're crazy.
Well, what do you call this, then? I ask you, what do you call this?
Beatrice, you're 36 years old.
So Marlena Dietrich is 60. It's all slop, nothing but slop.
You knew from the day we were married that I had a post-nasal drip.
Snort, snort. It drives me nuts.
It should only be my worst habit.
All right, Richard. Now you're sulking. Just because I don't wish to be treated like an animal. What do I look like to you? A dog?
You said it. I didn't.
You better go without me.
Last night it was a migraine. Tonight you're too fat.
I am. Look at this. I hate it. I hate it.
Beatrice, stop pulling on it.
Are you picking on me again? Are you picking on me again?
Beatrice, you're fat and sloppy, but we're going out tonight if you have to wear a slip
Well,
cut.
what do you know? The king has finally left the
You're
throne.
in constant turmoil, Mildred.
Oh,
Constant.
I beg of you, try cracking your knuckles. Please don't make me go out tonight.
Just tell me what you mean we don't communicate. I communicate. I say everything that's on my mind.
Oh, no, you don't. You do nothing but criticize.
Now, how do you manage to get from I don't communicate to I do nothing but criticize?
It's true. You're critical of everything.
Oh, where are you going?
I have to put the French bread in the oven.
French bread?
And what's wrong with French bread?
Nothing. Well, it's just you usually serve those little dinner rolls with the rib rolls, that's all. Well, you do? Well, if that's being critical, then I quit.
Richard, don't you dare leave this out. Celia, you put the bread in the oven.
your dinner,
Richard,
Jessica,
coming
no?
up the walk and they're going to hear you.
So?
Will you stop yelling?
Why, all you care about is what
What's the matter
other
with you
people
anyway?
think.
You
What
just
you care
seem to
about
be
what I
careful. Will
think?
you just hold it
Just
there and
once?
just be...
Hi, dear. How are you? Thanks for having
I'll pick you up. Baby, you drive.
Right.
Night,
Drive
Doc.
carefully. What's the matter with Celia? Did she break her arm or something?
She's had a long day. We had company. She did the dinner dishes. I'm letting her go home.
This is the first evening she's worked in months. She gets away with murder.
Tell her that, why don't you?
Maybe I will.
Good. Oh, good night, Celia.
Good night, Celia. $250 a month and I'm a houseboy.
That's a good way to break him, Richard.
Let him break. Who paid for him anyway?
Big man.
What has been eating you lately? Nothing I do is right. Nothing I say. What is it with you?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay, now who's not communicating?
Communication isn't just talking. It's feeling the other person. It's making contact. Oh, you wouldn't understand.
Oh, why don't you come off that holier-than-thou jazz? I remember when we understood each other pretty darn good. Now, all of a sudden, everything is different. Why? That's all I want to know. Why?
Wouldn't understand.
Anything you don't have an answer for, I wouldn't understand. I want to know what's making you so unhappy. What, the kids, maybe? The house? When did you ever think you'd live in a $49,000 house?
That's all life means to you. Money, money, money. What you can buy.
I don't see you turning your nose up at it.
Raise your voice, Richard. I didn't need a $49,000 house.
Oh, I suppose I needed it. I needed a place to keep my washer and my dryer and my freezer and my 12 cubic foot refrigerator with your blue interior to match your walls.
Richard, the children.
Never mind the children. I want to know what the Sam Hill you've got to be unhappy about. You say I wouldn't understand one more time, I'll raise the roof.
Go ahead, then. Yell all you want. In 15 years, I'm sure the kids have heard it all before anyway.
I'm waiting for an answer to my question, Barbara.
Oh, you're not waiting. You're demanding.
All right. I'm demanding. Well?
Please, Richard. I'm getting a headache.
Don't you please, Richard. I'm getting a headache, me. You still haven't answered my question, Barbara. Barbara!
That bow, you going to put it down or hold it all night?
Oh, I'll put it down. You keep using that tone of voice, I'll really put it down.
Oh, put it down, Richard.
Oh, is that down enough for you?
Stop it! Don't you dare drop another dish.
Okay, I'll just knock one over then.
That's my favorite platter. Now I hope you're satisfied.
Well, I'm not. Not till you tell me one thing. One thing. We go through 15 years of struggling. 15 years without a quarter. Me with no profession, no college degree. 15 years of working my tail off. Praying if I could just stay in the right spot long enough. 15 years of that, Barbara. And you're with me. You're with me all the way. And then 2 years ago, when the world opens up, when we begin to see a little bit of daylight, when we have some of the things that we've always dreamed about, when we find that we have it made, you decide that you're unhappy. Why? Just answer that.
All right. You want to know why? It's you. It's what's happened to you. It started when Delaney made you general manager. All of a sudden, I don't know you. You're a big shot. You want me to love you for the money you earn and the things you buy. Well, I'm not a pagan, Richard. I want to worship a man, not some facsimile in gold.
Facsimile in gold? Now, what is that supposed to mean, huh? Who gave you that line? Dr. Zenwin? Boy, the day I said you could see a marriage counselor,
He's a psychologist.
whatever he is. The day I said you could see him, I should have cut my throat.
Dr. Zenwin again. Every time I open up to you, really open up to you, it ends up a fight over Dr. Zenwin. There's just no communication. We're strangers, Richard. Total strangers.
then what do we bother talking at all for? Why don't we just shut up?
All right, if that's the way you want it.
Did I say that's the way I want it? Did I?
You said I should shut up.
Don't tell me what I said. All I said...
Oh, what's the use? I'm going to bed. Good night.
Yes, I know, Mr. Harmon. Your wife told me about the incident. Childish, to say the least. Yes? Yes?
Yes.
You have something against marriage counselors, Mr. Harmon. I'm a lay psychologist, too, you know.
Oh, well, no, it's not that. It's just that, well, in my family, you never went crying for help. I mean, you'll break your leg. You need somebody to set it, but problems, well, you know, personal things. Family squabbles, money.
Sex?
Well, I didn't say that.
The word sex troubles you, Mr. Harmon?
Well, no, why should it?
The act, then.
With the act? When? What do you... What's with you, anyway? I didn't come down here to discuss with a perfect stranger.
What are you here for, Mr. Harmon?
I'm here to listen. 2 years now, she's been telling me to come to see you to, you know, save our marriage. So, here I am. Save it.
Well, that's a mighty tall order, Mr. Harmon, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah, well, I suppose so.
When was the last time you had relations, Mr. Harmon?
What? Well, you should know. You see her twice a week.
I wanted your answer, Mr. Harmon.
Well, it'd be about the same as hers. I don't get too far without her.
You know, Mr. Harmon, I always suggest that we think of the sex drive as we would of a fine violin. Play it regularly, as it were, and it stays in tune, responding to your slightest touch. But let it sit in the closet, as it were. And can you tell me what would happen, Mr. Harmon? Mr. Harmon.
Oh, well, it wouldn't work so good.
Exactly. It wouldn't work so well.
Yeah. Doc, we're wasting a little time here. If you just tell my wife to stop tearing me down all the time, everything would be all right. Well, I mean, she talks about what I do to her ego.
I'd like you to think of the ego, Mr. Harmon, as a big balloon. When we are feeling good about ourselves, it's fully inflated. But the day's frustrations soon begin to prick little holes into it. It loses air, as it were. Your job as a husband is to help your wife keep her balloon inflated with respect and appreciation. And she must do as much for you. Let the air out of a balloon, Mr. Harmon. What happens to it?
It deflates.
Exactly. It deflates. Well, now.
That's it? For $20? Blow up my wife's balloon?
It's 11:50. We've only got 10 minutes more. I think we should bring Mrs. Harmon back in. Mrs. Harmon.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Please. Well, now, Mrs. Harmon, your husband and I had a nice little chat.
You mean we're both going to start seeing you regularly?
What?
Well, you said you would cooperate.
You did indicate that you desired to preserve your marriage.
Who says it's blowing up?
Oh.
Doctor, I'd like to tell you something. We're not that sophisticated. I don't know what my wife says. Oh, I had a little luck. Enough for her to afford a marriage counselor. Or a lay psychologist. But my dad was a plasterer. Her father was a postman. Now, our kind of people just don't... I don't know what I'm doing here, that's all.
Richard, please don't go. I know it's hard for you to believe. It's hard for me, too, but there's something wrong, Richard. We're choking to death, suffocating.
I'll call the fire department.
Welcome to the Pale Pussycat. My nylon tricot peignoir with embroidered lace applique is fashioned by Mr. Slate of Hollywood with gold slippers by Arnold Dreyfus. The entire outfit is available for under $30, just down the street at the House of Dainties.
This baby blue point d'esprit is $28.45 at the House of Dainties. It is copied from a Gernreich original and was featured in last month's Vogue magazine, fashioned with yards of millimeter card and also in yellow and
Look at that.
midnight black.
That's my father's hand. Hanging out of my sleeve. My father's hand. I used to be a boy. Well, now I'm my father. Yeah, maybe I won't go home tonight. I'd give her something to think about. Worry her a little bit.
Well, you're on the right track, pal, but it's not the answer. You know your problem, Richard? You depend on Barbara too much. I've been married 19 years, and believe me, the only way to live in a marriage is to live out of it, too. You know what I mean? You know, a little hanky-panky now and then. That's a must for guys like us. Come on, Richard, I've known you... How long have I known you? 6 years, I've known you?
Yeah, 6.
Well, I want to tell you, I don't understand you. You were married when you were 20 years old. And you mean to tell me that in all that time, you never... Huh? You never... Not even once?
Oh, why, that... Well, I'm not trying to be high and mighty. You know, I never felt... Well, you know, I mean, the urge. Oh, what the heck. I love my wife. What am I apologizing for? So I wasn't unfaithful, so shoot me.
Oh, pal, wait on. I'm not recommending romance to a married man. I'm not talking about hand-holding or mooning around with some lonely little secretary. I'm not talking about that. To me, that's cheating.
What, you mean paying? That's not cheating.
No, because it's not for love. It's for relaxation or therapy. Barbara wanted you to see that psychologist, didn't she?
Mm.
All right. I get the same relief, and I save $5 to boot. Huh? Come on, Richie. Come on, one little stop. It's right on the way home. This girl was very gentle, very understanding.
Lionel, I swear you flipped out. Bringing a man up here in that condition, you have just plain flipped out.
No, I haven't, Dee Dee. He needs you. Would I bring a fella up here in this condition if he didn't need you?
Look, you may know he needs me. I may know he needs me, but it's obvious he don't.
He will. Just give him a few minutes to rest.
Lionel!
That's all.
Lionel!
Hey, this is nice. I like it here. Where are we?
Hey, that man is so stoned, Miss America couldn't interest him.
You're wrong. I tell you, you're gonna be fine. You just give him a few minutes, pull himself together, he'll be just as good as new. Look at that. You all right? See there? He's all right. Look at him. Is that something? Okay, there you go. Now, you two kids, you'll be real good to each other, all right?
Lionel, don't you dare leave him here. Lionel!
So this is what it comes to, huh? I bring a pal to an old friend for comfort, and this is what I get?
Look, I'm not the American Red Cross, and you can stop playing on my psychology.
You think that's what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Then I'm ashamed of you if you think that's what I'm doing. This man is in trouble. He's got big problem in his marriage.
Who hasn't?
He was married when he was 19. 17 years later, look at him. Still 19.
So, since when do men grow up? They just grow old. You know what I call this apartment sometimes? Boys' Town.
Okay, Dee Dee. Okay. Forget it.
Right.
Come on, Rich. We're not wanted here.
Oh.
Let's go. Dee Dee's too big for us. Too big.
Lionel! Come on, hold it, hold it.
Now you tell me.
Come on, sweetie. Lionel! Lionel! Come back here. Come on, Buster. Let's go.
Where are we going?
To paradise, and I haven't got all night. Come on. Come on. You want to come with Dee Dee?
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee Murphy?
Dee Dee Where's Lionel?
Listen, come on. You know what? I really like you a lot. You really are something very special. Come on. Come on. You'd think I was dragging you to your death for crying out loud. Come on.
No, I think...
What? What? Don't. Please don't pass out. Please. Don't pass out. Damn. 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 What am I gonna do now? on, mister. You're not passed out. What is this, anyway?
Please, don't make a scene.
What am I, some kind of an idiot? Are you playing games with me? Oh, no, I know you're tight. You think you're too good for me, huh?
No,
Yeah,
it's nothing.
I get the message. Lousy goody two-shoes.
That's not true.
Go on, beat it!
Miss Dee Dee, you gotta understand, I didn't know where I was when I came up here. And I'm no goody two-shoes. I'm just square.
Oh, I forgot. You're married. Married. Well, don't feel bad about it. You can't help what you are. What are you doing now?
Well, I took up your time.
But I didn't do anything for that. What kind of a girl do you think I am? Boy, you really know how to insult a person.
I'm sorry. What can I say?
Try goodbye.
Richard, thank you for bringing home champagne and for sending the boys down the street to sleep and for wanting to be alone with me and for listening to me so patiently. Do I sound nutty?
Are you kidding?
No. Shall I tell you something? I am nutty.
Oh, come on.
No, really, I really am. I'm getting soft in the head.
If you say so, okay. But you're gonna have to prove it.
Okay. First, I feel like laughing.
Oh, is that...
Richard, mistakes!
Oh, wow, oh, that's... I wouldn't feed this to a fire eater. Let me get the... Talk about a hot time in the old town.
Hot pan. We didn't want that steak anyway.
I can't stand this stuff.
Oh, I have a perfect idea. I'm gonna get the jelly donuts and you get the milk. Okay?
Who needs milk?
Oh, yeah, good point.
It's a wonder we didn't burn the house down. Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful. Very romantic. Yeah. But, would you hold the room still, please?
There we are. Very. Oh, thank you.
Oh. Hey, whoa.
What? What's the matter, honey?
Jelly donuts by candlelight.
Sweet.
Okay, where were we? Oh, as I recall, you said you were getting a little soft in the head.
It's true. Promise you won't make fun of me?
I promise.
Richard, you are married to a sex maniac.
You're a sex maniac. You're a sex maniac.
Really? Richard, Richard, be serious. I mean, it's a big problem. I mean, well, lately I've been wondering, for example, what it would be like to be with Marlon Brando or Anthony Quinn or... Once Once I even wondered about Dr. Zenwin.
Oh, no. No, you Dr. Oh, Vic.
Richard, don't laugh. Help me. I'm scared.
Oh, sweetheart, don't be scared. What, look, you think you're soft in the head? Ever since I turned 35, every time I pick up a newspaper, first thing I look for, girls. Girls! Time magazine. Even in Time magazine, Charles de Gaulle can be thumbing his nose on the cover. I'm leafing through there. I'm looking through cinema, show business, modern living, looking for a little light cleavage in here. I tell you, I give it about 2 weeks, and they're gonna lock me up.
That's funny. I never noticed you had such an eye for the ladies.
You kidding? Of course, my bark's a lot worse than my bite. Well, ask Lionel. Or ask Dee Dee Murphy.
Who's Dee Dee Murphy?
Barbara. Honey. What do you want to act this way for?
Like what? How am I acting?
Don't be like that, honey. I told you where I was tonight. And nothing happened. When I told you that whole story, if anything happened. Don't carry on like you don't believe me, because I know better.
All right. I believe you. You were drunk. You were taken someplace, and nothing happened. But if you had had a heart attack, they'd still have found you in another woman's apartment.
What?
How would I know if you had died there? How would your children have known?
I didn't die there.
But what if you had?
Oh, Barbara.
What if you had, Richard?
I carry a note in my pocket all the time. If I die in a strange lady's apartment, she's to cremate the body and flush the remains. You feel better?
Very funny. Richard.
Just don't talk about it now.
Richard, don't kiss me that way. I don't like it.
You love it. You tingle when I nibble the corner of your mouth.
Not anymore. Kiss me like a man, not a chipmunk.
Kiss you like a man? You wouldn't know a man if you fell under one.
Oh, I wouldn't, huh? Well, maybe not. But I'd sure know a man if I'd been living with one.
You better quit right there, Barbara.
No. Where are you going?
Anywhere but here. I don't know what you think you've been living with all these years, and I don't care, but I haven't done so bad by you, sweetheart. Most women would give their eye teeth to live the way you do. Don't you forget it.
Things again. You're talking about things again. When are you going to get it through your head? I don't need things. I need you.
So you got me. Where do I go? What do I do? You open up the door in the morning and let me out. In the evening, like clockwork, I'm back. Now, how much more can you have me? By cutting me up and swallowing me. And it's just what you're trying to do. If I'm any less of a man, I haven't lost anything. You took it. I gotta take my hand off to you, Barbara. You are now the better man.
Richard!
You call me sir?
I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. You've twisted everything to make it come out that way. You're not a man, Richard.
Barbara.
But you're not. Because a man isn't afraid to be tender, and he isn't afraid to be gentle and soft.
That's enough, Barbara.
That's not enough. And he isn't trying to prove his maleness with things all the time. And he doesn't come sweet talking to his wife with a bottle of champagne just because some $10 affair has just disappointed him.
With all the gab, you never did tell me what happened. Was he playing around?
No.
Somebody else look good to you?
Oh, Fern.
Barbara, Richard has left home. Something must have gone wrong.
It's like we just started to disintegrate. Oh, one day we weren't talking, and then we weren't touching. It's just our whole relationship, everything we had together, just started to unravel, to shred.
So marriages don't break up. They unravel.
Oh, I don't know. Fern, do you still think I shouldn't call him?
I didn't say you shouldn't call him, doll. Oh, I'd never forgive myself if I were wrong. No, all I said was, if he were my husband, he could go hang himself before I'd call him. That's all I said. Oh, I hate to mention the word, doll, but you really ought to talk to a lawyer.
Lawyer?
For advice. That's all I mean, doll, just for advice.
David Grease's office. Yes, he is.
I'm in conference, damn it!
But it's your wife's cousin, Barbara Harmon.
Well, Barbara, a long time no hear from. How are the kids?
Oh, fine, David, thank you.
Good.
How's your family?
Couldn't be better. Barbara, if you're calling about that heart fund, I know you worked for it last year, but I gave already.
No, I'm not calling about the heart fund, David. I really don't know how to say this, but I have to talk to someone, you know, for advice. It's Richard. We had a terrible fight, quite serious, and he's left the house.
What's that about Richard, Barbara? He had a terrible night and wants to sell the house?
Mr. Grieve. But Mr. Grieve is... Find them.
I'm sorry, Barbara. Hold on a second, will you? There. That's better, Barbara. Now, you were saying?
Richard's left me, David. A few nights ago.
What do you think he has in mind? Divorce?
Divorce?
What's the matter? You act like you never heard the word before.
Well, it's just that well, the word has never come up.
Divorce is, mighty, permanent, Barbara. I'd only think of it as a last resort if I were you.
But I haven't said anything about a divorce. You're the one that brought it up, David.
Now, hold on a minute, kiddo. I didn't call you, you know. Here. Barbara, I, don't think we should be talking about this on the telephone anyway. Come in and see me tomorrow at, 11.
Do you think that's necessary, David?
Oh, and Barbara, I think you ought to, stop at the bank before you come here. Clean out the joint savings account and, safety deposit box.
David, you don't think that Richard would...
Well, you can't tell now. He may have been advised to. Now, you listen to me and save yourself a lot of trouble, dear.
your loved ones. I tell you that no matter what your woes, regardless of your hardships, your burdens, your heartbreaks, sorrows and afflictions, notwithstanding your torment, distress, and vexation, despite your misery, anguish, wretchedness, and desolation, as founder of the Self-Appreciation World Fellowship Uplift Church, I tell you there is salvation, friends.
Celia, for heaven's sake. I don't want to hear the word until it comes directly from him.
To your bosom, the very word.
Hi, Mom. What are you doing up so early on a Sunday?
Well, I thought I'd make you both a nice big breakfast. Anything you want. Just use for me.
Well, we haven't got time. Dad will be picking us up any minute.
Well, he'll just have to wait. Now, orders for the cook. You can have pancakes, eggs, cereal, and Mark, look, I got you that extra thick bacon you like.
Mom, you and Dad aren't going to start competing for us, are you? Well, I mean, I've been telling you about that extra thick bacon for years.
Yeah, and Dad never got up early on Sunday before.
Oh, boy. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. You read all the books and you hear all the stories. I thought kids are positively traumatized by this kind of thing.
Mom, you want us to be traumatized?
No. Sure, why not? I mean, just a teeny-weeny trauma. You know, a little upset stomach.
A lot of kids at school come from broken homes.
Jonathan. Look, Jonathan, I just don't want you to talk that way.
Anyway, it's no big deal. There's Dad now.
We gotta go, Mom. See you later.
Bye, Mom. Have a good day.
And so again, loved ones, no matter how bitter, provoked, beset, cursed, and pestered you may be, however grieved, perturbed...
It's going. It's a strike.
Not bad.
How did you do that? You been practicing tonight or something?
Yes, sir. Hey, get up there, Pop. Let's see you do it.
Me? Yeah. Want to see some bowling now?
I want to see some bowling.
Come on, Dad. Let's see you put it down there. That's what's known as a sewer ball, Dad.
Well, better luck next time, old-timer.
Come on, Dad. Get it right down there. Come on.
Little action now, Pop.
Okay, here it goes. Here he goes.
Oh, no.
Two in a row. That's the world record, Dad.
Well, we're never going to make a bowler out of you. I can see that.
Your first crack at this sort of thing?
I don't know how you can tell that. The only thing is my fingers, I get claustrophobic in those little holes.
No, I didn't mean that. It's obvious you've never bowled before. What I meant was your first divorce?
Huh?
The Sunday father, nothing easier to spot. We've all got that what'll I do next look in our eyes. What are you doing next?
Well, whatever the boys would like. Miniature golf, maybe. Horseback riding?
Mm-hmm. See what I mean? My daughters are over there on lane 4. Nelson Downs, the name?
Richard Harmon.
How are you? Oh. Say, I got an idea. Hey, girls, come over here and meet the Harmon boys, will you? Mr. Harmon, I'd like to present my daughter, Cynthia, and my daughter, Maggie.
Nice to meet you.
Yes,
Hey, come on in,
hi,
fellas. It's Mark and Jonathan.
Yes. Well, the kids are getting along just fine. Yep. I'm distributor for all the Shenny liquors.
Oh, yes?
Do a big job.
Oh, well, that's fine.
And you?
I'm with Delaney Manufacturing. General manager.
Oh, here, just a minute, I'll get it. No, that's a fine outfit, Delaney Manufacturing. Huh? No manager, huh? Nice. Nice. It's not easy, this divorce business. When do your acts fall on you?
What? You know, actually, I'm not divorced. You just assumed that.
Oh, now, look, Harmon, don't hang me up on a technicality. If you're not divorced, you're about to be. I know the look. How much alimony do you figure to be stuck with?
No, I don't see what's
Now, look,
that
I
in
can
your
tell you what
business?
you'll ask for. What's your gross? 30,000? 35? Oh, more than 35,000? Oh, that's nice. Nice. Well, she'll probably ask
Look,
for...
it's getting on lunchtime. I think I'll go get the boys.
Yeah, sure, fine. Now, look, don't get sore, huh? I just want to help you figure how you're going to come out.
Well, I tell you, let me put your mind to rest. I'm loaded. My wife's loaded. We're independently wealthy. So you can stop worrying about me. Good enough?
Yeah, sure, fine. Good enough. Good enough. Hey, you really ought to be mad, fella. The funny thing about divorced men is we're like two people with the same operation. We have to compare scars. Anyway, I didn't mean to pry. I just wanted to see, you know, how badly you were cut up.
Well, now, you know I'm not cut up.
Yes, I can see that, and I'm delighted. Delighted. Say, hey, just a minute. I got another idea. Cynthia, Maggie, come on over here, will you, please? Say, girls, how'd you like to bring Mark and Jonathan over to the house for lunch?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, Dad. Hey, we can take your car and Cynthia can drive.
Yeah, she's been driving since December. They'll be all right. We'll go in my car. Come on, come on. My ex-wife just loves company. She won't mind.
Shouldn't I give her the keys?
Oh, yeah. Here you are, honey. Well, here we are. I'll get in this side. That other door is sprung all together. Damn this thing. I had the kid on my block fix it just yesterday. Here, hold this, will you?
Didn't you say you distributed all of Shenley's products?
Yep.
Well, but like locally, just in one section of town.
Oh, no. I have California and the entire Pacific Northwest. You see, some of us get cut up pretty badly. I tell you, it's murder, boy. After 15 years of marriage and 2 kids, when the court gets through with you, $32,000 a year doesn't go very far.
$32,000?
Yeah, that's over $600 a week.
Yeah, I know.
Well, thank heavens you won't feel the pinch, though. Probably even looking forward to taking on new obligations. Like, getting married again.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir, I can imagine how anxious you must be to find the right woman. Your, present wife, the blonde, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, sir, a nice, cool brunette would be just what the doctor ordered.
Well, hello.
Ah, the woman of the hour. Nancy Downs, Richard Harmon. And out yonder, sons Mark and Jonathan.
Well, I'm very happy to know you, Mr. Harmon.
How do you do?
The boys are from a previous marriage, I assume.
No, he's in the process of being divorced now. He's going to come through it A-okay, though. Right, old man?
Where did Nelson find you? At the skating rink or the bowling alley?
The bowling alley.
Nelson, I think you ought to blow the skating rink altogether.
How do you like the house, Richard? Old Nancy here is quite a homemaker. Did it all herself. No decorators. Keeps it herself, too.
Well, Nelson's almost right. I had some professional help on the lamps, rugs, chairs, divans, antiques, fabrics, and fixtures. The ashtrays I selected myself, and these lovely book matches. I'm joking, of course, but Nelson sells me so hard sometimes it offends my sense of modesty. I'll admit this much, though, Mr. Harmon. I am a remarkable woman.
Well, you must be a remarkable woman, Mrs. Downs. You're the first person I've met with her own personal slave.
Well, you're being a little unfair, Richard.
Oh, well, you're wasting your life away carrying oats to a dead horse, and I'm being unfair?
But it's not Nancy's fault, old man. She didn't write the divorce laws.
You mean to tell me that the courts of this nation will see a man reduced to abject poverty, practically, while his wife goes right along living high on a hog? Huh? No, I don't believe that. Why the devil didn't you ever remarry?
Economics. I haven't found a man who could afford to care for us as well as Nelson's alimony. I said us, Mr. Harmon. I have 2 daughters. One starts college next year. The other will begin before the first one's finished. Now, what would you have me tell them? Forget college? Or would you rather we gave up this house? They grew up in this house. Their friends are in this neighborhood. Their life, their security is here. Now, do we turn them upside down because their parents couldn't make a go of their marriage? Do we? Look, I know we're spoiled, but it's Nelson's fault. He was too good a provider. I'd love to get him off the hook. I'd like to get off the hook myself. That's why I'm willing to meet the men that he brings over. I'm lonely, Mr. Harmon.
Will we see you again?
Maybe. What do you say, boys? Hey, that leg, is that anything serious?
No, nothing. I tore the cartilage in my knee about 6 months ago. They want $500 to straighten it out. Damn surgeons.
Hey, we got that order from Lockheed for the KBY, 60,000, but they want 5 weeks delivery. Think we can handle that?
We have to.
You didn't hear from Barbara yet, huh? Well, did you call your lawyer? I mean, after that episode in the bank.
I know. Tried to call him. 4 times yesterday, 6 times today. He's in meetings. If he isn't in meetings, he's on a golf course. What do you want me to do, install a phone in his golf bag?
Okay, pal, I'm just trying to help.
Mr. Harmon, there's a Mr. Idelson here to...
Mr. Harmon?
Hi, Mr. Harmon.
Oh, goodness. How was I to know? Here.
What? Oh, no. No. Mm-mm.
There, Mr. Harmon. This won't hurt a bit.
Miss Feldman, call Larry Strickland again.
Oh, come on, Mr. Harmon. It took me all day to get here.
Tell a girl I have to have him. There's no time to lose. Feldman, you hear me? Hurry up.
He's still in a meeting, Mr. Harmon. I've got his girl on the phone, and she refuses to buzz.
Is she on one?
On one.
Hello, Mr. Strickland's office? Yes, well, this is Dr. Harry Swados calling. I'm Mr. Richard Harmon's personal physician. And I'm calling you from the operating room of Cedars of Lebanon Hospital, where I've just opened Mr. Harmon's heart cavity. He has possibly 3 to 6 minutes to live, and he wants to talk to Mr. Strickland to dictate some last-minute changes in his will, so you put him on the phone right away. You what? He's busy? Would I repeat the changes slowly so you can write them down? The man is dying here. What's the matter with you people? You can't get anybody.
Give me that phone.
Before discussing the property settlement per se, I would feel remiss indeed if I didn't institute one final plea for reconciliation. I have told my client, and I'm sure, counsel, that you have articulated as much to Mrs. Harmon. Divorce is an extremely sad and unpleasant business.
Oh, no question, counsel. That reconciliation should always be considered. I was involved in a very difficult marital matter. Lovequist versus Lovequist.
Freddie Lovequist?
Mm-hmm.
Say, do you represent old Freddie Lovequist?
Oh, sure. I've handled Freddie's affairs ever since the Palmdale Savings and Guarantee matter.
Well, then you know Bob Hackety. Hey, how did old Bob come out of that Midland Trust litigation?
Oh, you know, Bob, he's a fighter when he's pinned to the mast.
Yeah. You know, I represented his sister, Myrna, when she went through that whole...
Could we get on?
Oh,
yeah. Well, listen, we'll get together, huh?
We'll talk about him over lunch.
All right. Well, now, to the property settlement, I've prepared a list here of major items of community property with some suggestions as to how they may be distributed amongst the parties.
Mm-hmm. Richard?
Oh, thank you. Seems to be fair. Split right down the middle. The house to Barbara. The mortgage payments to me. The furnishings, color TV and piano, to Barbara. The monthly payments to me, the insurance benefits to Barbara, the premiums to me, the uranium in our uranium mine to Barbara.
Uranium mine?
And the shaft to me.
We're going to have some bitterness, aren't we? Huh?
Now, folks, this is just what we must try to avoid.
Yes, why are you so hostile? I mean, isn't it bad enough? Must you pour salt over the wounds?
Now, look, lady, I didn't start pouring the salt. Now, I never hated you.
Hate? Who said anything about hate?
What does it sound like to you? Defendant was insulting and demeaning. Defendant was cruel, abusive, often sadistic. Defendant threatened severe bodily harm to the plaintiff's person. Now, what does that sound like?
Well, I didn't know it said that. Well, it's true. I would never say anything like that. David has twisted my words. There's no reason for anything.
Explain to clients, don't take it so personal. That's just the way these things are written.
Which the court accepts prima facie. I've used the identical language.
Of
course. Now, that's a formal charge.
You golf, don't you, David? Certainly. Haven't I run into you out at Longview? In a foursome with Milt Vincent. Hey, that's a great chorus, Longview, huh? Your dining room's pretty good, too. Ever try the steak tartare at Hillside? We can't touch the lobster Louis at Longview. Why don't we get a foursome together some weekend?
Yeah.
18 holes, a little lunch, huh?
Well, it's a date. Well, you folks ready to continue now? Counsel, I wonder if we might not get right down to the bottom line. Have you calculated what Mr. Harmon will have left after all the deductions?
Yes, have that right here. In addition to the items mentioned so far, we're asking a minimum child support figure, of course, continued payments on last year's home improvement loan, money for Miss Harmon's taxes. Can't forget Uncle Sam, can we? And extra medical expenses. Now, deducting all of the obligations to Mrs. Harmon and both their taxes, this figure remains.
8730. What are 8730? 8730 what? 8730. You're kidding. You're not kidding. You're out of your minds.
Oh, Mr. Harmon.
No, you don't have to call me Mr. Harmon. I make 8730. You call me Dickie. You can whistle.
If this seems harsh, Mr. Harmon.
Harsh? What makes you say harsh? I only make $25,000 a year. Why shouldn't I live on $87.30 a week?
Richard,
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'll fight that to the death. I'll take it to the Supreme Court, to Nuremberg.
No more, Mr. Harmon.
But, Your Honor, a human being can't live on $87.30 a week.
Human beings can and do, Mr. Harmon. You may be a better one when you learn how. The defendant will be required to make all payments as detailed in Exhibit 1. These proceedings are concluded.
Oh, marvelous.
Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Listen, we gave it a go, right, Rich? Huh?
This didn't happen, Larry. Just dreamed this. Yeah, a dream. When do we go to court? We go tomorrow, don't we?
Well, I'll buy you a drink.
Barbara, it's your victory, so you name it for lunch. My treat. Scandia, the Derby for
Shut
Scotty.
Job, sir?
Shut up, David.
Come on, pal. I'm tired of seeing you like this. You're not the first guy that's been through it. This isn't so bad. I mean, this is good. Got your privacy here. You got a little bar. You got a little sink. Hey, got everything. Yeah, it's okay. I love this, you know? I love that you can stand in one spot and you can reach everything. You don't have to run around all over the place, you know? It's, a lot of people like a big kitchen, but that is, yeah, that's... Hey, you know, I almost forgot this. I ran into a little something yesterday, but just perfect for you. She's about 30, she's crazy looking, and her boyfriend travels, huh? That's like pushing a button.
Yeah, well, you push it yourself.
Oh, now, wait a minute, pal. You know how I feel about this. I mean, this dinner and drinks and hand-holding style. I'm a married man.
Yeah.
Geez, I don't get you. I mean, 17 years you've been with a ball and chain. Now you're free and you... Yeah, let's see this. Hey, gee, it's 6 o'clock, Richard. I gotta be going. I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, hey, don't go. I thought we were gonna have dinner together.
Well, yeah, I'd love to, fella, but Fern's holding dinner for me. See, this is the first time I'll be able to eat with the kids in weeks. Big deal.
Well, look, can't you call Fern? The kids won't mind just this once.
Oh, the kids won't mind, but you know Fern, she'll make a big deal out of the whole thing. Listen, you sure you don't want to, huh? Well, sail again. See, pal.
Double cheeseburger, French fries, and a Coke, 67 cents.
Coke, and you want your hamburger rare, right?
Nancy Downs, remember?
Remember well.
How's your finger?
My finger.
I was sure you broke it. What else could keep you from dialing? You had your day in court yet?
Oh, no. No, I do my own laundry and drive a kiddie car because I lost a bet.
Oh, I see. You got killed.
Well, what, me? Killed? No, first I got scalped, shot, electrocuted, then I got killed.
Oh, that's why Nelson hasn't mentioned your name for the past couple of months. Oops.
Better be running.
When I'm through running, I'll be back in the locker room. Do you remember the address?
Yes, matter of fact, I do.
"17 years since I dated. But believe me, nothing's changed, Doctor. After 10,000 packs of cigarettes, men just breathe heavier, that's all. They still don't know which things hook and which things snap. Thank heavens.
I'm not sure I understand about the thank heaven, Mrs. Harmon. We expect men to be stimulated by the women they take out, don't we?
Oh, I don't know. I just know I'm tired of it. You said the best way to make a fresh start was to start fresh. Well, you know something? It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters to them is that I'm a divorcee. You know, my kid brother and his pals used to talk a lot about nurses. If you could ever get a hold of one, you really had it made, they said. Well, I've got news for you, Doctor. The boys have grown up. They don't believe in that kid stuff about nurses anymore. Whew. No, siree. Now it's divorcees.
That may be, Mrs. Harmon, but you're well able to handle them. I don't want you to stop dating. Remember, somewhere out there is another Mr. Right.
Sure is a nice day, isn't it? We're gonna pick up the 2 kids from my second marriage now. These 2 are from my first. 4 swell kids. You'll love them all.
Give me that. That's my hat.
Harriet,
Give it to me.
you stop that now.
No, I want it. Ow!
Bruce, you let her alone. Isn't this a nice neighborhood? I bought this house when my second wife and I were married. When she got married again, she decided to stay in it. My first wife is still in the house I bought her, too.
Hey, look, there's Benji. Hurry, open up. Open. Hurry. Chris, Melissa.
Well?
Hey, I want to play with that.
Here we are. The little girl with the security blanket and the boy playing tetherball, they're mine. Melissa and Benji. The other boy, the one on the bike, he's from Ruth's first marriage. Ruth, that's my second wife. She was married once before me. Oh, I'll help you.
Thank you.
Anyway, the other boy is from that marriage. And the little girl, the one that was on the swing, well, she's from her present marriage. She's married to Howard Thresham, the architect. Oh, there's Howard now.
Benji, hi.
Hi, Howard.
Benji, throw me the ball.
Hiya, Farley. Betsy, honey.
Howard was married before, too. And the kids with him are from his first marriage. He brings them here every Sunday. Harriet, Bruce, go find Melissa and Benji. No, Harriet, that's not Melissa. Melissa's your little sister, the one with the blanket. We better help him. Melissa, Benji, Daddy's here.
Hello, Farley.
How's the boy, Howard?
Real good, thanks.
Barbara Harmon, Howard Thresham.
How do you do?
Oh, there's Ralph. Hey, Ralph.
That's Ralph Amos, Ruth's first husband. Come to pick up his boy. The 3 kids with him are, well, one of them is from his second marriage. He picks her up before he comes here. And the other 2 are from his present marriage. They like to come along for the ride. Hi, Ralph.
I told you to get
Hey,
Betsy.
Folly. Hi, Ralph.
What do you know,
How's
buddy?
the boy?
Fine.
Say hello to Barbara Harmon.
Oh, hello, Bob. I don't know what...
Harriet, get Melissa. We're going
Hey,
now.
kids, stop running.
Everybody in the car, gang. Hurry, kids. We gotta get going.
It's getting late. If we're ever going to get
watch
to that
it, will ya?
picnic, let's go.
Bruce, say hello to Barbara Harmon.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Barbara.
Come on,
How are you?
Benji. Michael. Betsy.
Nancy, Roger. Nancy, come out of there.
Benji, put that pistol down and find Melissa. Benji, will you put that pistol? Benji, Benji, when I tell you to...
Christy, come on, Betsy. I got you. Out of my way, Benji. I want Chris. Come on, Chris.
Harriet, Bruce, find Melissa.
I want to go with Daddy.
Not today. Today you go with me.
Ruth, make sure you don't have Melissa.
No, Chris, no. You're not supposed to go with Daddy today. Oh, you're not in this car, Benji, but Betsy is. It's Sunday, remember? Today you're with Uncle Daddy. Now, you don't go with this brother today. Go with your other brother. You go in here.
Come on, I'll explain later. You just get in there.
Come on, Benji, no more of this foolishness.
Come on now. You can ride up front with me.
Richard? Nothing. I just thought maybe now is the time to talk about us.
Us?
The future. Where we go from here.
I thought we agreed not to get serious.
We agreed that you wouldn't get serious. I'm not asking you to love me. Not yet. Can't I start loving you? Oh, Richard.
Why do we have to go through that again? So you've been divorced for 8 years. You dated a lot of guys.
So?
So? Why can't this be like all the others? Why does it have to be different? Why pick on me?
Because this time I care. Soon, Richard, we have to move this to the next plateau. Nelson, what are you doing here?
I'm asking the questions if you don't mind. What's he doing here?
Oh, Nelson, you're drunk.
That's a hell of a deduction.
Look, Nelson.
Now, don't you look Nelson at me.
He's got a razor.
I'm not going to use it on you. You're going to use it on me. Come on, take it and cut my throat.
Oh, knock it off, Nelson.
Oh, don't be like that, pal. Take it. You're killing me anyway. This will be a little faster, that's all.
Stop that crazy talk, Nelson. Now stop it.
Hey, do you want to do it, Nancy? It'll only take a second, and I promise not to gush. Well, damn it! Are you guys gonna cut my throat, or aren't you? Huh?
Nelson, please put the razor down. Now, nobody wants to cut your throat. We want you to live.
You do. Say, did you hear that, Nancy? He says you want me to live, is that right?
Well, of course we do.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, then. You two will stop seeing each other as of right now. I mean, no more going out together and no more house visits. I don't even want you talking on the telephone. Is that clear?
No.
No. No?
Please, Nelson, don't do that.
nothing worse than a grown man crying.
I know that, Richard, and I'm so ashamed, but I can't stop it. When you started going with him, I warned you. Don't get hung on this guy. He takes home $87.30 a week, I said. Think of me, I said. There is no future for me in your relationship with him, I said. Only last month, I had 3 prospective prospects for her, and one of them was a dentist. A dentist, mind you. Well, I couldn't even get her on the phone because she's so hung up with a pauper. Why didn't you listen to me, Nancy? Why?
Nelson, she'll listen to you now.
Hey, Richard, please don't go.
We agreed when we started, no strings, no traps, no chains, and no new plateaus. It's not just Nelson. It had to happen sooner or later anyway.
I'm sorry, Nancy. I had to come. Eunice, that's my fiancée, is pressing me for a wedding date. Say, you really hung on this guy? Oh, damn.
Oh, it's not your fault, Nelson. The timing's wrong. He still hasn't gotten over 17 years of marriage.
Say, maybe you could consider living on his income. I'd still be paying child support. That's $50 a week. And with his 87, that is $137 a week. I might also consider kicking in an extra $50 now and then. I mean, you know, what the court doesn't know won't hurt it.
Even if I would, he wouldn't. He sees the way we live. To support this household, he'd need, I'm telling you.
Oh. Well, it's just a shot.
Nelson, I may have an idea.
Tell me.
You want to marry me off, and I want to marry me off. And all I want is Richard. Now, Richard can't marry me because of Barbara. Now, instead of you trying to find someone for me, why don't we try and find someone for Barbara?
We find a husband for Barbara, which lets Richard off the hook. You nail him, which lets me off the hook. And I marry Eunice, which incidentally lets some poor schnook in Bakersfield off the hook. Oh, it's a brilliant idea. I'll find a guy for Barbara Harmon before you can say.
Howdy. Al Yearling here, owner-manager of Al Yearling Car City. We'll get back to our movie in just a minute. Folks, we're the largest car dealership in the western part of the United States. And if you ask me the reason for it, I'd have to sum it up in 2 words. We care.
Let's see now how many possibilities we've got. There's Dick Case, Roger Flom, Mickey Keene. Say, do you think Barbara would like Mickey Keene?
Not from the way Richard described her. How about Chuck Lynch? He's tall, attractive. Oh, Cynthia, please. If you're not going to watch the TV, I wish you'd turn it.
Our sincerity, our earnest desire to put you and your family in the finest, safest vehicles your money can buy, and at a price you can afford. At Al Yearling Car City, we tailor the payments to fit your pocketbook, your income, your needs. Folks,
Al Yearling. I'd forgotten all about him. He's a swinger. I liked him myself, don't you remember?
Yeah. And so will Barbara. He's simple, uncomplicated.
Gentle, kind, and loaded. Oh, Nelson, I think we found him.
Oh, nice, nice.
Wait a minute. What about his mother? That's why he and I never caught on. He had that mother.
Yes, but that's the best part. I understand the mother died. Al Yearling is ready to live.
Right here on TV. Just pick up the phone and you call Al Yearling Car City. Leave your name and address and the car you like. And you know what? I'll bring you the car myself, personally.
Let Big Al deliver your car to you. Call 879-0512. 879-0512. 879.
Howdy. I'm Al Yearling.
Oh, I'm sorry, but whatever it is you're selling,
Oh, ma'am, you don't understand. I'm trying to find Barbara Harmon.
I'm Barbara Harmon.
Oh, well. Hi. That's a pretty stiff neck you've got there. My mother used to get them all the time.
Oh? What cured her?
Oh, she died?
Well, look, I'm very busy.
Oh, no, you don't understand. I brought you your car.
A car?
I'm Al Yearling, the car salesman.
Oh, you're Al Yearling. You know, I used to watch you on
television,
TV
yes.
with your
TV.
mother.
That's right, yes. That's when I had that motto, I won't sell a car that I wouldn't put my mother in. She's gone now, bless her sweet soul.
Oh, you should tell me.
Yes, it's very sad. Sad, yes. Say, I just can't see you suffer like that. You know, I used to have a way with these things.
That's all right,
Now,
Mr.
all you
Yearling,
have to
really.
do is
You don't
just
have to
relax
bother with
like
it,
that.
honestly.
There. You know, the nerves back there get all knotted up and there. I feel better now, don't you? Don't you?
Yes, I do. You're really very good at that.
That's what my mother used to say.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks, Richard. You bet.
Great game. Great game.
Rich, maybe next week you can play a hand yourself.
It's about time.
Atta boy.
And I'm going to sleep the whole weekend. See you later, Richard.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the use of the hall, Richard.
Don't mention it. Think you'll like it?
Oh, are you kidding? On my 16th birthday, I'd have settled for the windshield. You're a damn good father, Richard. Mark seen it yet?
Oh, no. I cannot wait to see his face.
Hey, Lionel, come on.
Not there. See.
Dad, come here, look it.
Hey, I was just getting ready to pick you guys up. Hey, what you got here? Whose is it?
It's mine. Big Al gave it to him.
Well, just a minute now. Once more slowly.
Well, you see, Dad,
Tell him, Jonathan. I got it this morning, Dad, for my birthday.
Big Al gave it to Mark.
What's Big Al?
It's a name the mom calls him.
Calls who?
Big Al.
His whole name's Al Yearling. He goes with Mom.
Well, he gave you this?
Well, same thing. See, he's a dealer, and they call this an executive card. He said I can keep it until he needs it, and then he'll give me another one.
Big Al's got 1,000 of them.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, Dad, is it okay if we take it to the ball game?
Yeah.
Sure. Sure we can.
Come on in, Dad. Rev it up for us. Show 'em how it goes. Boy, this is gonna be a good ball game.
Is that what you're going for? 450 feet up here. How's that making his 40th now?
No, we saw him hit his 40th last week.
Well, you saw it. That wasn't televised, was it?
No, we saw it over there with the mom. Big Al took us.
Oh.
Big Al sees all the games. His box is right over there, right beside third base.
Yeah, all right, Jonathan, I've seen boxes before. Hey, it's only one more inning. We better start talking about where we're going to have dinner.
Oh, Dad, I forgot to tell you, I've got a date tonight. See, Big Al. Would you rather I call him Mr. Yearling, Dad?
I don't know. Call him what you want. Why should I care about that?
Yeah, well, anyway, he had these 2 tickets to the Hollywood Bowl tonight, and he and Mom were entertaining, so he gave them to me.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'll tell you what, why don't you drop us off? Old Jonathan and I'll go to dinner someplace together, huh?
Mom's been seeing him for over a month now.
What? Who?
Mr. Yearling.
Oh.
Don't be embarrassed, Dad. We figured you'd ask all kinds of questions.
Well, good night, son. It was a great day, wasn't it? You know, in a way, we see more of each other now than we ever did, don't we?
Yeah, and Mark figured out how come.
What's that?
Well, you always had this list of things to do. Now we're on it. Well, good night, Dad.
Good night.
Oh, and Dad, Big Al's okay, but he's kind of square. Corny. What I mean is, you're still it with us, Dad. Well, see ya.
Well, hello.
Hi.
I didn't think I'd see you again. Not in this lifetime. Are you coming in, or shall I see if I can go and find myself a catcher's mitt?
Look, the reason I came over is... What is that, a drink you have there?
No, just water. I was going to take a sleeping pill. I'm glad I didn't.
Look, I think I made a mistake. I think I better go.
Well, I certainly want to thank you for a charming evening.
Look, Nancy, I'm sorry. I didn't come over here to play fair. I was going to say anything you wanted to hear. Like, which way to the next plateau? Because, well, I needed you.
So?
Oh, come on. That's not what you want to hear, and you know it.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we better, both of us, think it over. Take a rain check.
It isn't raining.
Well, I'm on record. I gave you every chance.
I agree. We'll talk about it later. Listen, we've got so much to do.
Yeah.
How about looking for the dress first, huh?
Okay.
Let's see a nice basic black. Something simple. How about Joseph Magnus? Barbara? Barbara?
Oh, what? I'm sorry.
Honey, look, we are shopping for you. Now, if you want something fitted by Friday.
I know that. Joseph Magnus. Good idea.
Okay. Yeah. Hard to believe Friday will be a year, you know? You and Al celebrating anything else Friday besides the final decree?
Like what?
Oh, I don't know, like future plans, maybe. Lionel says he wouldn't be a bit surprised if Al popped the question Friday night. Oh, I told Lionel Al was taking you to Monty's. He was very impressed. He said
Fern,
no.
I thought we were here to shop.
Sorry, doll.
It's just something I find that's very... It really isn't you, Fern. It's all my friends. Everyone fishing for information, dying to know what I feel. It really is very hard. I couldn't even express it. It's just lonely out. It's cold and lonely now. Is there anything else you want to know?
Barbara, I'm sorry. Oh, how do you know me? I always put my foot in it. Oh, listen, remember what I did last Saturday?
I seem to come in two parts, Fern. And one is missing. That's funny, my feeling this way. I should be ecstatic. Al is so kind and sweet and generous, but I still remember Richard. In the beginning, when he kissed me in a certain way, I felt my head would come off in his hands.
Heads don't come off so easily after 35.
I suppose.
$8:25. In 3 hours and 35 minutes, you'll be free as a bird. Aren't you excited, Richard?
Oh, sure.
So glad you decided to celebrate tonight. And Monty's, too. Whatever made you think of it?
Oh, friend of mine, Lionel. Just happened to mention it.
Nancy, Richard. Excuse me. Yeah, there you are. Thought you'd get away from me, did you? We thought you'd be on the town tonight, so I called the house. Cynthia said you'd be here. Well, no one's gonna have more to celebrate tonight than little old Nelson. Heaven willing and the creek don't rise, so we figured we'd join you. We? Yeah, me and Eunice. Eunice, for crying out loud, baby. What are you doing over there? Come on over here. Careful now. Yeah. I'd like you to meet my ex-wife, Nancy Downs. This is her fiancé, Richard Harmon.
Hello.
This is my fiancée, Eunice Tace.
Would you like to sit down?
Oh, thank you. Oh, I've just been putting on all this weight lately. Too many sweets, you know. I get so tired.
Yeah, well, too many sweets will do it.
She just drove in from Bakersfield.
Oh, thank you.
Hey. Oh, thanks, Sally.
Yes, it's
small.
Yeah.
Were you born there or?
No.
Yeah, now, wait a minute. Innkeeper, a margarita for the damsel here and a Manhattan for the old knight. And let me have an extra cherry with that if you don't mind, huh? was looking at you. And may I say I'm grateful for the privilege? Down here. Well, for heaven's sake, Nancy Downs. And Nelson's there, too. Come on, honey, I want you to meet these people. Well, Nancy Downs and Nelson. By golly, I haven't seen you people in a dog's age. Oh, I'd like you to meet Barbara Harmon. Barbara, this is Nancy Downs and her ex-husband, Nelson. I'm afraid I don't know the other folk.
This is my fiancée, Eunice Tace.
Hello.
How do you do?
Oh, and this is Richard Harmon.
How do you do, sir? How do you do? Nancy and I used to go out together, and it was Nelson who introduced us. I always did get the biggest kick out of that. Say, you folks are really terrific. You know, it's a great story, you see. Nelson has to pay Nancy this alimony until she remarries, so... Did she say Richard Harmon? Oh, son of a gun. Honey, do you remember the day we met? The practical joke somebody played on us the day I brought you the car? I'll bet that old Nelson.
I get the picture, Al.
If the four of us are going out to dinner, Richard...
Why the four of us? Look, we all came out to celebrate. Let's all celebrate together. Right, Big Al?
Right. Oh, innkeeper, we would quaff. Another round for the round table, if you don't mind. Say, this is the damnedest get-together I ever saw.
With his promise of an easy fortune.
You tell the funniest stories, Nelson. He really does.
He sure does. You know, Eunice and I are the only ones who know nothing about each other. Let's drink to us, Eunice, to strangers. Huh?
You don't know what strangers are till you've known two halves of a broken marriage. Right, Nelson?
Right.
When a marriage is over, you know, it feels like something you've only read about.
Yeah, all those years out of your life, and you feel like they took place in an afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can block out anything if you want to. What, the sun is how many million miles in diameter? You can block it out with one finger, right? That doesn't mean it isn't there.
Hey, you're quite a philosopher, Richard. Of course, I've never been married, but I think the problem is that we've made a sick joke of all the old virtues. Marriage, religion.
Motherhood.
Oh, definitely motherhood.
I think the trouble is with our legislators.
Our legislators.
Why did we go off, Eunice? What's wrong with the
What
world?
we need is laws that make it difficult to be married.
That's right. Difficult to get married and easier.
The other way around. And it's
They're all wrong.
I think so.
The trouble with marriage today is no mystery, really.
My mother wallowed
Not at all.
whenever I needed it, believe you me.
A lobby.
It's very simple. Marriage
Send
is
people
work,
to
and
Washington.
nobody wants to work.
But the real problem is that line between the sexes. Women are crossing it so much today, it's being erased.
We see what we do. Well, the men, I mean. We confuse our jobs with our marriages. I mean, just because we work hard at the one, we think we've got the other one made. Well, whoa.
Where women get mixed up, it's that old law of supply and demand. We're the suppliers of all things you demand to be men.
Well, I don't care if a man becomes president. At home, he gets nothing for nothing.
Why resent being the supplier when that's the reason you're in demand in the first place?
It all boils down to one thing, working it. I mean, anything else is expecting miracles.
The only miracle in marriage is that two people find each other in the first place.
The only miracle in marriage is that two people find you.
You know what we ought to do?
You just said that.
You'll be laughing at the funniest story that you've ever heard on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Let yourself go. It's hysterical. The funniest story you've ever heard before in your life. The funniest story you've ever heard. So funny you can't stand it. How about these subjects? Aren't they wild? It's wonderful how free and uninhibited we are when we're hypnotized. Of course, they're not really hearing a funny story. They just think they are. It's really all in their imagination. Imagination is fantastic under hypnosis. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, the funny story is gone. Freeze. Thank you. You're a marvelous audience, and your friends are great subjects. But let's see how really uninhibited they can be. Now, when I count to 3, all of you are going to think that you are washing machines on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Isn't that wild? right, now when I count to 3, all of you on the stage are going to become coffee pots. 1, 2, and 3. Hey, look at them perk. That one over there's a Folger's nut. Whoops, there's a big drip. Let's have some fun with him. Now freeze. Al, open your eyes. Come here, I want to talk to you. Hi, Al, are you hypnotized?
No.
You're not? Well, come on over here, I want to talk to you. Kind of stiff there, aren't you? You really don't think you're hypnotized?
No.
You're kind of shy, I noticed. Are you normally shy?
Yes.
Barbara, you came with Al. How about it? When it's just the two of you, you know, alone. Is he always that shy? Oh, you poor thing. Well, maybe I could do something to loosen him up a little for you. When I count to 3, all of you on the stage are chorus girls, and you do your bumps and grinds. 1, 2, and 3. Loosen up, Al. Bumps and grinds. Well, I can't make you do it, but maybe Barbara can. The rest of you freeze. Barbara, see if you can coax them into it. Come on, Barbara, coax them. You can do it, Barbara. Go, come on. Give it to them, Barbara. Show them how to do it, baby. Wilder. Wilder, Barbara. Yeah. Yeah, Barbara, you can do it. Your will against his. Show them, Barbara. Show them who's the better man.
I gotta take my hat off to you, Barbara. You are now the better man.
What's the matter, Barbara? Don't you want to dance?
Yes.
Do you like to dance?
Yes.
Oh, you don't want to boss Al around?
No.
Oh, all right, sleep. I'll boss him around. Al, I'm gonna wake you up and send you back so you can watch everybody else have fun. Okay, sleep. When I count to 3, Al, you can wake up and go back into the audience and watch everybody else have all the fun. 1, 2, and 3. Wake up, Al. Good morning. How are you? Give Al a nice big hand for being such a wonderful sport. All right, now, when I count to 3, all of you on the stage are going to continue your exotic bumps and grinds. 1, 2, and 3. Wow. There she goes. Hold everything, gang. I think we found ourselves a star. White tornado. She's too good to dance in a forest. All right, sit down and sleep. Sit down and sleep. In fact, all of you, sit down and sleep. It's all yours now, Barbara.
Do you read what I read?
We've lost him?
We never had him. Not really.
Freeze! That's enough of that, Barbara. Come on. Wow, what a show. I've seen swingers before. This kid makes them look like Girl Scouts. What's your full name?
Barbara Harmon.
Oh, I never asked you, Miss or Mrs.? Well, you married her, aren't you?
What time is it?
I ask her if she's married. She wants to know what time it is. Oh, well, are you in love?
Yes.
Groovy. Got a great idea. Sleep, Barbara. All righty. Barbara, when I count to 3, you can open your eyes. You will not awaken. You're going to go back into the audience, and you're going to go over to the man that you love and give him the most passionate kiss that you've ever given him before in your life. So passionate that your lips will be stuck tight to his. You haven't seen him in 10 years, Barbara. Very passionate now. On the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Let's fall in love. Why shouldn't we fall in love? Our hearts are made of it. Let's take a chance. Hey, why be afraid of it? Go get him, Barbara. Barbara. Come in, Barbara.
What are you doing for brunch on Sunday, old pal? Nancy does an omelet like the world has never known. 3 ranch eggs, dairy fresh butter, freshly grated cheddar cheese, and...
Oh, Mom. That was fun.
It was. Fun.
Oh, let me hold my
Oh,
shoes.
sure.
Thank you. Oh, Richard, it was so awful this past year. But now all the goop is gone from our marriage, all the strain, the tensions, it's out of our system. Oh, how I love you.
You know something? In about 3 minutes, we're going to be entering the house illicitly.
You better hurry and find that key, or you're gonna have to sleep in the car. Hope I didn't forget it. Hold it.
Well, how could you forget a house key?
Well, I didn't do it deliberately here. Oh, here it is.
Well, I didn't say you did it deliberately.
Now, you implied it.
Oh, no, I know what I want to imply, what I don't want to...
Richard, there's no sense in starting a thing about it.
Oh, I didn't start it.
No, I started it. I criticized you for misplacing a key.
But I wasn't being critical. Look, sweetheart, you said you wanted to stop crossing the line between the sexes, so just once, let me win an argument, okay?
Okay, you won. Only stop being critical.
Barbara!
Now, don't get mad, darling. Marriage is hard work, remember?
Barbara, you're doing it to me.
Now, Richard, don't raise your voice. Remember the children.
Oh, for every time I make a point, it's remember the children. Will you do me a favor? Just tell me one thing. One thing.